Hello class, how are you all? Today we are going to start our chapter 7 of Geography, Natural Vegetation and Wildlife on the Earth. In this chapter you will study about living things on the earth, natural vegetation, vegetation belts of the world, different types of forages, respitive wildlife. Living things on the earth. Life started on the earth some millions of years ago due to the presence of some life supporting factors. Water is the main source which became a basis of the origination of plants. The plant kingdom soon gave way to the beginning of the animal world. Thus, all living things, plants, animals, humans, and organisms, all plants and trees come under the plant kingdom, whereas animals, humans, and organisms come under the animal kingdom. Natural vegetation is the part of the plant kingdom and wildlife is the part of the animals kingdom. Life on earth is found within a very narrow zone called the biosphere. The lithosphere, atmosphere and hydrosphere contribute to form the biosphere. It is the part of the earth's surface which is occupied by living organisms. This is the image of biosphere. The relationship between the plant kingdom, animal kingdom and human beings with their environment is known as ecosystem. The human beings who first appeared on the earth's surface were called Homo sapiens. The earth is the only planet in the solar system where life exists. Plant kingdom and animal kingdom live together in complete harmony. In this zone, living things and non-living things are also dependent on each other for their existence. Plants prepare their own food with the help of non-living things like sunlight, air and water. That is why they are known as food factories. Plants provide food for the animals to satisfy their basic needs. Animals also provide soil nutrients with their remains, which are helpful for the growth of plants. Human beings are the most important part of the biosphere as they derive all their basic needs from it. Human beings consume both plant food as well as animal food. It is the only form of life in the biosphere which has altered the environment according to its own needs. For studying the plant kingdom, we can study different vegetation belts of the world. Vegetation includes forest, grassland, bushes, and shrubs. They vary from place to place because of the variation in climatic conditions. For example, in equatorial region where the temperature and rainfall is high throughout the year, trees are tall and dense. This type of climatic condition helps in the growth of plant and animal life. This is the image of plant kingdom. On the other hand, in the desert areas where temperature is high and rainfall is low, the plant and animal life is limited. Natural vegetation. We have noticed that vegetation is not the same everywhere. In India, vegetation varies from dense forest in Kerala to the more open forest in Madhya Pradesh, thorny forest in Rajasthan and conical trees in the Himalayan slopes. The animals found in these forests are also not the same. Natural vegetation of an area means the plants growing naturally in that area and not due to any human activity. Large parts of the world's vegetation, however, are modified by human activities like deforestation, grazing and cultivation. Thus, the term natural vegetation includes natural as well as semi-natural type of vegetation. Vegetation belts of the world. Vegetation belts of the world can broadly be divided into various groups on the basis of their location and climatic conditions. These are as follows: tropical evergreen forest, tropical deciduous forest, temperate evergreen forest, temperate deciduous forest, Mediterranean forest, coniferous forest, grassland, tropical and temperate, deserts and tundra vegetation. Tropical evergreen forest. These forests are found in both sides of the equator between 10° north and 10° south latitudes. The Amazon and Orinoco River basins in South America, the Zaire Basin in Africa, and Southeast Asian countries of Indonesia, Malaysia, Cambodia, Vietnam, New Guinea, and the parts of Philippines. These areas receive heavy rainfall throughout the year. The temperature remains very high. The forests remain green throughout the year, as the trees do not shed their leaves at a particular time of the year. The hot and wet climate of this region gave rise to dense luxurious vegetation. These forests are also called rainforest or selva. The trees are tall with hardwood and broad leaves that form a thick canopy at the top. This prevents sunlight from penetrating into the forest and the interiors are dark and damp. Mosses and ferns grow on the ground. Climbers and creepers like lianas grow around the tall tree trunks. Ebony, mahogany, rosewood, rubber, and cinchona are the important trees found in these forests. A large variety of trees are found together in a small area, making commercial utilization of these forests difficult. This is the image of tropical evergreen forest. Wildlife. The rainforests are rich in different species of wildlife. A variety of tree animals are found such as monkeys, apes, sloths, bats, tree lizards, and tree iguanas. Pumas and jaguars are carnivorous animals. Hippopotamus and various reptiles like crocodiles, alligators, turtles, iguanas, and huge snakes are found in swamps. A variety of insects and colorful birds are also found in these forests. Tropical deciduous forest. These forests thrive between 10° north to 23.5° north latitudes and 10° south to 23.5° south latitudes. These forest belt receives moderate rainfall. Trees shed their leaves in a dry season. The trees are of medium height. The main areas where these forests are found are India, China, eastern Brazil, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, Philippines, Taiwan, Central America, East Africa, Northern Australia, etc. These forests are also known as monsoon forest. These forests are less dense than the rainforest. There is a dense undergrowth of bushes and shrubs. The trees of these forests are very valuable. Common trees of this area are sal, teak, bamboo, sandalwood, shisham, eucalyptus, etc. The delta regions of and swamps have mangrove trees. The Sundri tree of Ganga Brahmaputra Delta is a good example. This is the image of marshy forest. Wildlife in the deciduous forest includes tigers, elephants, leopards, bears, monkeys, deers, rhinoceros, etc. The Gir forest of Gujarat is home to the Asiatic lion. Temperate evergreen forest. These forests are found in the warm temperate regions along the eastern margins of the continents. The main regions are the southeastern part of China, Japan, USA, Brazil, and Uruguay in South America, Africa, and Australia. A mixed variety of hardwood trees are found in these forests. They yield valuable timber. The main species are oak, eucalyptus, pine, wattle, camphor, bamboo, and mulberry. The highlands have coniferous trees like pine, fir, and spruce. This is the image of giant panda. Wildlife in the temperate forest is not as varied as in the tropical ones. It includes deer, antelopes, monkeys, bears, wolves, foxes, and different species of birds. The giant panda of China is a well-known animal of these forests. Temperate deciduous forest. These forests are found in the cool temperate regions on the eastern and western margins of continents. The main regions are northeastern USA, northwestern Europe, northern China and Japan, North and South Korea, southern China and New Zealand. This is the image of beavers. The forests are not very tall but have thick trunk and broad leaves. They shed their leaves in the autumn season and remain bare throughout winter. The important species are oak, ash, elm, maple, beech, poplar, redwood, and Douglas fir. Large areas of these forests have been cleared to make way for agriculture and industrial land. Wildlife of these forests include deer, bisons, beavers, squirrels, foxes, wolves, wildcats, etc. Mediterranean forests. These forests are found in the warm temperate regions on the western margins of the continents. The main regions are around Mediterranean Sea. The main regions are Southern Europe, Western Asia, Northwestern Africa, California, Central Chile, South Africa, and Southern Australia. In these regions, summers are dry and rainfall occurs during winter. These forests are not dense and contain broad-leaved evergreen trees. The trees are widely spaced, they have medium heights. Some of the trees have several adaptations to withstand the dry summer. The main trees are olive, cork, oak, fig, laurel, pine, fir, chedar, cypress, myrtle, and citrus fruits. Grapevines are extensively cultivated in this region. This is the image of Mediterranean forest. Wildlife. Most of the forest covers have been cleared for large-scale fruit orchards, hence not much wildlife is found here. Domestic animals like cattle and sheep are common. Coniferous forest. Coniferous forests are also known as taiga. These forests are found between 55° and 70° latitudes in the northern hemisphere. It is also called temperate softwood forest. The trees of this forest are cone-bearing. This is the image of coniferous forest. Coniferous tree. The trees are also conical in shape and have very soft wood. They have needle-shaped leaves. The main trees of this forest are found in high altitudes. The main regions are southern Alaska, southern Canada, parts of Norway, Sweden, Finland, Poland, northern Russia, and Siberia. The trees are tall, evergreen, and straight. Its softwood is very useful for making furniture, matchsticks, paper, newsprint, plywood, sports goods, etc. Wildlife. Fur-bearing animals like beavers, foxes, lynx, salte, mink, and hare are the most important animals found in the coniferous forest. Caribou, reindeer, moose, etc. are also found here. This is the image of caribous, a type of deer. Grasslands. Grasslands are found in the areas of scanty rainfall with varying temperature condition. On the basis of climate conditions, they can be divided into two groups. First, tropical grasslands. They are located in the tropical zone of either side of the rainforest in Africa, in Brazilian highlands, parts of Bolivia, Paraguay and Venezuela, and in northern Australia. In Africa, tropical grasslands are known as savanna, and in South America, they are known as llanas in Venezuela and campos in Brazilian highlands. Tall and coarse grasses are found here. Small trees are scattered here. This is the image of tropical grassland. This is the image of savanna grassland. The baobab tree, which looks like a bottle, is found here. Many parts of these grasslands have been cleared for grazing and farming. Wildlife. It is home for a variety of wildlife. Herbivorous animals like deer, antelopes, giraffes, zebras, buffaloes, and elephants are common. Carnivorous animals like lions, cheetahs, leopards, hyenas, and jackals are found here. Large flightless birds are also found here. For example, ostrich of Africa and rhea of South America. Temperate grasslands. These grasslands are found in the interiors of the continents in the mid-latitudes, that is, temperate zones. These grasslands receive about 25 to 75 centimeter rainfall. They sometimes receive snowfall also. The grasses of these regions are short and soft. They are known by different names in different areas such as prairies in North America, pampas in South America, steppes in Eurasia, veld in South Africa, dons in Australia. These regions are not fit for the growth of trees. Short grasses grow here with a few scattered short trees like willow, elder, and poplar. It is the most suitable for cattle and sheep rearing. These are the cattle. Wildlife. These grasslands are inhabited by antelopes, horses, giraffes, wild asses, leopards, wolves, wild dogs, and rabbits. Marsupials, the flightless birds like emu, are found in Australia. Do you know, most of the Australian native mammals are marsupials. They carry their young in the paunch near the stomach. The kangaroo is the most common marsupial. Deserts. A vast area which has less vegetation due to very scanty rainfall is commonly known as desert. On the basis of differences in temperature, deserts can be categorized into two groups, namely hot desert and cold desert. Hot desert. These are mostly located on the western margins of the continents where temperature remains very high throughout the year. Some important hot deserts of the world are the Sahara Desert, Africa, the Thar Desert, India, Atacama, South America, Kalahari and Namib Desert, Southern Africa, Chile in South America, Sonoran Desert, North America, Australian Desert, Arabian Desert, cactus, shrubs and bushes are the common vegetation of this area. Scanty water does not favor luxuriant plant growth in the desert. Only xerophytic plants which can adapt themselves to the hot and dry climate are found here. In the hot deserts, thorny bushes and shrubs are common. Date palms are found near the oasis. Plants here have long roots, thick barks, waxy stems and small leathery leaves to reduce the rate of transpiration. This is the image of cactus. This is the image of palm tree. Wildlife. Animals that can withstand dry climate are found in the deserts. Camel is the most important among them. It has special body features adapted to the desert conditions. It is the most common beast of burden in the hot desert and is also called the ship of the desert. This is the image of camel. This is the image of hyena. Desert wildlife consists of wild asses, antelopes, gazelles, rodents, desert foxes, hyenas, snakes, lizards, and different types of insects. Cold desert. The cold desert are mostly found around the polar regions where temperature remains below freezing point for the major part of the year. The common vegetation is comprised of mosses, lichens, etc. The main areas are the northern part of Siberia, Russia, and the northern part of Canada. Yak is found in the cold Tibetan plateau. This is the image of yak. This is the image of cold desert. Tundra vegetation. This type of vegetation is found in the regions north of the Arctic Circle, which is called the tundra. It extends over the northern part of Canada and Alaska, southern Greenland, and the northern part of Eurasia, bordering the Arctic Ocean. These are the areas having extreme cold. These areas remain snow covered throughout the year. The long and severe winter do not allow any substantial plant growth. A few stunted trees like willow, birch, and alder grow in the areas bordering the taiga forest. During the short summer, some small flowering plants, mosses, and lichens grow. Wildlife. Snow foxes, Arctic owl, musk oxen, walruses, seal, polar bear are the main animals of tundra region. Thus, we see that natural vegetation and wildlife form our biological environment. Human beings have consciously altered the physical environment to fulfill their needs. This alteration has caused loss of habitats of plants and animals. Human beings have disturbed the balance in nature by their interference in the natural vegetation and habitats of wild animals for their need and greed. This is the image of walrus. This is the image of polar bear. Its consequences are now being felt through the global warming, climate change, increased frequency of natural disaster, etc. Many species of our flora and fauna have been threatened with extinction. We should therefore consciously work towards preserving our rich biodiversity. Now let's sum up this chapter. Summing up, fauna, the animal kingdom of the earth. Forest area, extensive area of land covered with trees. Grasslands, regions of the world covered with thick and green grass. Shrubs, the woody plants smaller than trees. The natural growth of plant life from the smallest grass to the tallest trees is known as the natural vegetation. Forests, grasslands and shrubs are the main types of natural vegetation. Thank you class. Let's meet in the next chapter.